Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to our quarter 4 virtual mathematics class. So are you ready to learn have fun today? One more time. Are you ready? Okay, very good. So before we start, may I ask somebody to lead a prayer? Thank you so much.
Okay, so can you lead the prayer? Si... Oh, sige. Nag-raise si Sheila Marie. Sheila Marie, can you lead?
Opo.
Okay.
Let us put ourselves in the holy presence of our God, of our Lord. We thank you for this wonderful day and for all the blessings you have bestowed upon us. Thank you for providing our needs and for giving us the chance to continue our study. Bless our teachers who inspired and guide us. And bless our beloved parents who work hard to support us. We are humbly asking for your guidance. As we begin our online class, help us to listen attentively and take away all disturbance around us. Send us the gift of knowledge and wisdom so we may understand our lesson for today. We ask all of this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Maraming salamat. This Wednesday. And you always have to be motivated kasi konti-konti na lang matatapos na kayo sa grade 7. You always have to be dagdagan pa natin yung pagsisikap natin. Okay? And with that, our learning objectives for this week, can you read number 1, Johan?
Identify the different graphical representation of data.
Okay, next, number 2. Can you read Princess Rilimbo?
Number 2, use appropriate graphs to represent organized data. Pie graph, line graph, bar graph, histogram, and ogive.
Okay. And last, can you read si Kenneth Harv?
Analyze, interpret accurately, and draw conclusions from graphic presentations of statistical data.
Okay, very good. So, yan yung kailangan nyo matutunan today. Remember, last week we already discussed about constructing a frequency distribution table. Ngayon naman, focus tayo kung paano gumawa ng graph. Okay? This will make you know when you are in grade 10, grade 11, and so on and so forth. Okay, so with that, let's have the definition first. When we talk about the graphical representation of data, okay, ano kayang ibig sabihin nito? So, anyone, any idea first? O bakit kaya kailangan natin gumamit ng mga graph to represent our data? What is the purpose of this? Yes, Raven.
Para mas madali po siya maintindihan kapag nakagraph po siya.
Yes, very good. Para mas madaling maintindihan. What else? Other idea? Yes, Johan.
Analyzing numerical data po.
Okay, very good. So kailangan mas ma-analyze natin yung data or that is numerical. So tama no lahat ng yon. Any baka meron pang gustong sabihin? Any other additional inputs? Okay. So with that, let's have this. Can you read first? Yes, Sarina May Tabilina.
Graphs are pictures of or representation of numerical information If graphs are well drawn and properly labeled, they can be organized and communicate information accurately, effectively, and fast.
Okay, very well read. So take note class, no, as you can see from week 1, di ba, nagkaroon kayo ng methods, gathering data, and then you have to tabulate, you make your table, yung frequency natin, no? Then, you can now present using the graph or the different graphs. Okay, kailangan kapag gumawa tayo ng graph, meron po siyang proper label. Okay, wait lang. Nagmamadali siya. Okay, meron tayong label. And of course, to make it organized, para mas madaling makakommunicate sa audience natin kapag nagde-defense kayo. Like for example, accurately and effectively and fast. Kaya nga, very ano tayo dito, no? Kailangan tinitignan natin kung accurate ba siya. Okay? So with that, let's have this, the different graphs. Ano kaya ang tawag sa graph na ito? Yes, Johan, what do you call this?
Pie graph po.
Okay, very good. That is a pie graph. So based on this picture, no, yung favorite pizza toppings, this is a pie graph. How do you describe first a pie graph, or how does it look like? Anyone? Yes, Johan? Yes, naka-mute ata.
Katulad po siya ng isang pie po o pabilog din po siya katulad ng pie.
Okay, very pabilog siya kaya siya tinawag na pie graph. What can you say about the circle itself? Di ba meron siyang pepperoni flavor, cheese, sausage. How do you describe the circle aside from the shape? Yes, anyone? Meron siyang? Yes. Sarina May.
Like a pie po, meron po siyang parang slices and different colors.
Okay, very good. Nabanggit niya, no, meron siyang different slices. Okay, that's why we have this, no, yung percentage na tinatawag. Okay, mamaya di-discuss natin kung paano maggumawa. So before that, can you read first the definition? Yes, Madeline Tanare.
Pie chart. It is used to show how all the parts of something are related to the whole. It is divided into slices to illustrate the numerical proportion.
Okay, very good. So take note of this class, no? When we talk about the pie graph, or you can name circle graph, no? So kapag hinati po natin or dinivide or in-slice po natin yung circle natin. So kailangan yung parts of something are related to the whole. Okay, kapag inad po natin ito, how many percent do we have? Anyone? Yes, Johan, mabilis.
100% po.
Okay, very good. Always remember 100% po siya. Okay, kaya nga meron tayong mga advertising na 101%, di ba? Masyadong exaggerated na yon. Okay? So, kailangan eksakto po siyang 100%. Hindi pwede bumaba, kumulang. Okay? So, the total. And with that, no, so mamaya gagawa tayo niyan. Okay, let's have this. Another graph. Ito, like for example, push up. Ano ang tawag kaya sa graph na ito? Zia Nicole.
Line graph.
Okay, very good. How do you describe a line graph? As you can see, the graph. Anyone? Sige. What is a line graph? Kapag describe po natin ito, di ba meron siyang push up from Sunday up to Saturday, then yung number of push up. Yes, Johan.
There are various data points connected together by the straight line po.
Yes, very good. Nabanggit niya yung straight line. If you connect those dots, you will form a straight line. But kung titignan natin yung straight line na yan, how do you describe that? The direction of these lines. Meron siyang anyone? Yes, Andre.
Up and down po.
Very good. That is up and down, or we call that rising and falling. Okay, can you read now the definition? Yes. Si Sheila Marie Garbosa.
Line graph. Line graph is used to represent changes of data over a period of time.
Okay, very good. Take note of this, no? Yun yung pagbabago, no? Yun yung nabanggit kanina, no? Yung up and down. changes of data over a period of time, or ito yung tinatawag natin na rising and falling of trends. Okay? Kasi makikita mo yung pinakamataas na push up at pinakamababa. Okay? So mamaya gagawa tayo niyan. Let's have another graph. Ano naman ang tawag sa graph na ito? Yes, Madeline Tanare.
Bar graph po.
Okay, bar graph. That is correct. How do you describe a bar graph? Oh, anyone? Meron tayo ditong example, no, yung birthday month from January to December, no, yung name of students, number of students. How do you describe a bar graph? Yes, Johan.
Describing comparison by rectangles with the length proportional to the measures.
Okay, very good. Perfect answer, no? So, that is simply comparison. Okay? Sige, can you read first, Sarina May?
Bar graph. It is used for making direct comparison which uses horizontal or vertical bars to represent the data.
Okay, very good. So, yun yung binanggit din kanina. Now, take note of this class, no? Ang pinapakita dito sa bar graph nito is direct comparison. Na gumagamit ako ng horizontal, yung pahiga, or yung vertical bars natin, no? Depende sa iyan. Okay, usually ginagamit vertical. Pwede namang pahiga. Okay? But take note, same dapat yung width niya at yung distance apart. Okay? You can use the colorful para mas madaling makita. Yung pinakamataas na mas maraming may birthday sa buwan. Okay? At yung may pinakamababa rin. So later on, gagawa tayo. What about this type of graph? What do you call this? John Raven.
Histograph po.
Okay, very good. Histogram. O ano naman ang ibig sabihin ng histogram based on this? Yes, another, sige, continue, John Raven. What is histogram?
Graph with intervals of numbers indicated on the baseline po.
Yes, very good. So nabanggit niya, no? So, ito rin yung tinatawag natin special type of a bar graph. Oh, can you read? Like Charmaine?
Histogram. It is special type of bar graph with intervals of number indicated on the baseline. It is a representation showing a visual impression of the distribution of data.
Okay, very well read. So take note of this class, no? Kapag tinignan natin siya, para siyang bar graph. Okay, so tignan nga natin, anong pagkakaiba kaya ng bar graph sa histogram based on the definition? Sige nga, Johan, what can you say about the comparison? Yes.
Ano po, yung sa may bar graph po, may division po na nakikita, pero dito po sa histogram wala po.
Yes, very good. Yun yung exactly. Okay, so kung titignan natin doon, there is no gaps or walang space dito. Okay, samantalang sa bar graph, merong space. Okay, kaya nga dito, special type of a bar graph with intervals. Take note of this, no? Meron siyang intervals. Ito yon, di ba? From 0 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, and so on and so forth. So from the baseline, dito siya nagsimula. Ito yon, yung baseline natin. Yung 0, kumbaga. It is representation of showing visual impression of the distribution. Okay? So next, ano naman ang tawag dito sa bar graph na ito? Anyone? Yes, Raven.
Ogive po.
Okay, very good. That is ogive. Ogive po Okay. What do you mean by ogive, or how do you describe based on this given graph? Ano naman ang pinapakita ng ogive? Now, yung kaibahan niya sa ibang graph, no? Anyone? What is ogive? Yes, Johan.
Graphical representation of cumulative related frequencies po.
Okay, very good. Precisely, that is correct, no? So, ang kaibahan niya, no, ang ogive kasi, yes, sige, can you read first the definition? Sarina May, Tabilina.
The ogive is a graph that represents the cumulative frequencies for the classes in a frequency distribution.
Okay, very good. So, Yan yung nabanggit kanina, tandaan natin. Ang pinapakita ng ogive natin, it's all about the cumulative frequencies for the class. Okay, kasi meron tayong dalawang uri ng cumulative frequency. Ano nga yung dalawang yon? Can you give me what are the two? Yung column na ginawa ninyo sa performance task, anong tawag sa dalawang cumulative natin? We have the... Oh, sige na, anyone? Yes, Raven.
Greater than and less than po.
Okay, very good. Yan yung less than cumulative tsaka greater than cumulative. Yung red po na yan yung less than cumulative. Yung red naman, yung blue naman, yun yung greater than cumulative frequency. Okay, yan yung pinapakita ng ogive natin. Okay, so yan yung mga different graphs, no? Halimbawa, meron ka nang nag-gather na data, na-tabulate mo na, then you can now graph. Okay, you have to think na lang, ano yung gagamitin kong graph na mas appropriate or mas best. Okay, kung hindi applicable, tumingin ka ng ibang graph. Not necessarily lahat yan gagawin mo. Okay? So with that, we are going to construct first a pie graph. So we have the steps. Can you read step 1 and 2? Yes. Can you read? Johan, can you read 1 and 2 steps?
Number 1, write a brief and clear title of the graph. Number 2, find the measure of the central angle to determine how big the sector of representing a certain data. Convert the percentage to decimal by dividing it by 100 and multiply the result. Express in decimal by 360 to obtain the measure of the central angle.
Okay, very good. So always remember, you have to put the brief, yung maiksi at malinaw na title natin. Para alam natin, like for example, favorite pizza yung present mo. Okay? So, and of course, to find the portion of the division, no? Kung gaano nga ba kalaki yung pagkakahati mo. Kung may 4 na categories yan, like for example, the flavor of pizza, okay, gaano nga ba kalaki yung pepperoni, sausage, cheese, and supreme, you are going to use the angle sector. Mamaya gagawa tayo. Okay, let's have number 3 and 4 steps. Can you read? Si Zach Andre.
Draw a circle and measure the central angle corresponding to each percentage using a protractor to measure the angles. The sum of the angles measured is always 360 degrees.
Okay, very good. So take note of this. Kumbaga, babalikan natin yung geometry nyo. So you have to use the protractor, no, and also the compass para makagawa tayo ng perfect circle natin. Okay, then if you add the angle measure now, that is equal to 360 degrees. Okay, so ngayon, pakibasa muna na yung pie graph example problem. Yes, Majeline Tanare.
The following are the data pertaining to the budget of the first month's operation expenses of frequency enterprises.
Okay, very good. So take note of this class, no? Halimbawa, nagtatrabaho na kayo tapos you are assigned to present your monthly expenses, no? Ito ngayon yung expenses binigay ng head mo. Like for example, so what are the categories? Sige nga, can you read first? What are the categories we have? Yes, Johan, what are the categories and the amount?
Salaries, 60,000 pesos. Advertising, 20,000. Materials and supplies, 10,000. Rent, 30,000.
Okay, very good. So, yan yung ating data, no? But before we complete the percent of each category and of course the angle sector, you have to find first the total amount expenses. Yes. Can you give me the total? Raven.
120,000 po.
Okay, very good. That is correct. 120,000, yun yung gagastusin sa buong buwan. So we have to find first the percent. Sa salaries muna, how are we going to compute? Katulad siya nung ginawa nyo last time, di ba? Nag-compute kayo ng sample size. How are you going to get the percent? Yes, Raven.
Yung una po, yung 60,000 po, i-divide po siya by 120,000.
Okay, very good. So therefore, what is the percent now if you divide?
0.5 or 50%.
Okay, very good. So ganun lang siya, no? 60,000, yun yung salaries over the total amount. That is equal to 0.5. Or i-convert natin, no? Move mo lang ng 2 decimal. 1, 2. Then mag-add ka ng percent symbol. Okay? Let's have another. Oh, how about advertising? How many percent? Yes, Johan?
Ano po? 0.1 po.
Wait, how before that, how what are you going to do first? What are you going to divide?
20,000 po, test divide on 20.
Okay, very good. Therefore, what is the if you divide, ano yung lumabas? May decimal pa siya. Can you double check?
0.1 po.
0.1 lang ba siya? Wala na siyang ibang decimal?
0.16.
Okay, very good. So that is correct. Now you have to include the decimal, not only one. Okay, tama. So 0.167. So since this is asking the percent, no, kaya move natin 1, 2. Kaya 16.7, then add mo yung percent symbol. Okay, that is correct. What about materials and supply? Can you give me first? Magdalene Tanare.
0.083 po.
How did you get 0.83?
10,000 divided by 120,000 po.
Okay, very good. So therefore, that is now equal to 0.83, or you can just simply convert by moving decimal 2 places going to right. Then add mo yung percent symbol. Then what about the rent? How many percent? I want everybody. Hard Kenneth.
0.25 po, 30,000 divided by 120,000.
Okay, very good. That is correct. So if you divide that, is 0.25, or move natin 1, 2, kaya 25% po siya. Okay, check nga natin. Kanina sabi sa step, pag inad ko yung percent, how many percent dapat? Can you give me, Zach Andre?
100 dapat po.
Yes, always 100% po siya. Kapag hindi, double check natin. Okay, now, how are we going to compute first the angle sector of these salaries? Sige na, anyone? What's your idea about how to get the angle sector? Katulad siya lang ang ginawa niyo sa sample size. But this time, using the angle measure. Okay? So, to find the angle sector of salaries, no, yung nakuha nating percent, yung 50% or 0.5, i-multiply mo lang siya doon sa 360 degrees. Kasi remember, yun yung kabuuan ng circle natin. Okay, what is now the angle sector for salaries? Yes, Raven.
180 degrees po.
Okay, very good. 180 degrees. Ibig sabihin yan, yun yung gaano ka ba kalaki yung pagkakahati ko sa circle. Hindi kasi pwedeng tadyahin mo lang, eto na yun. Pwede na yan. No. You have to use the formula. Then, what about advertising? Can you give me, Zach Andre?
60.12 degrees po.
Or kapag ni-round off sa whole number, what is the degrees?
60 degrees lang po.
Okay, very good. That is correct. So, multiply mo lang yung 0.167 doon sa 360. That is 60 degrees. Then, what about the materials and supplies? Yes, Magdalene Tanare.
29.88 po.
Or kapag ni-round up sa whole number, what is the degrees?
30 po.
Very good. So, multiply mo lang yung 0.83 doon sa 360, kaya that is 30 degrees. And last, can you give me now, Cassandra Santor?
90 degrees po.
How did you get 90 degrees?
0.25 times 360.
Okay, very good. So, with that, no, if you multiply, that is equal to 90 degrees. I-check nga natin. Kailangan pag inat ko yung angle sector, ano yung total dapat? Can you give me? Yes, Hard Kenneth.
Dapat po 360.
Very good, that is correct. Always remember, kailangan nag-360. Kapag hindi, check mo dito. Okay? So with that, yan ngayon yung kailangan natin, yung percent. at angle sector to make your pie graph. Ito na, gagawa na tayo. So, yan yung step kanina. So then, we can now construct a circle first. Gamit tayo ng, ano nga ang tawag sa device na ito? Yes? Madeline?
Protractor po.
Is it a protractor? Anong tawag dito? Yung iniikot? Yes, Johan.
Compass.
Compass. Okay. So to make to make your circle perfect, no? Hindi pwede kasi nga tabingi, no? Kailangan gamit ka ng compass. Okay? So then para naman makagawa tayo ng angle natin, no? Gagamit ka nga. Yun yung sabi kanina, protractor. Okay? Kasi ito yung device to measure the angles. Okay, then since ang ating nakuha kanina doon is yung half. Okay, alin nga sa categories yung merong half of the circle? Ano nga yon? Can you identify, Sarina May?
Salaries po.
Very good, salaries. Kaya in-slice po natin siya. This is simply the diameter. Okay, then we can now also slice. This is 1/4, no? Okay, and of course that. So, meron siyang nasukat na yung angle niya. So, lagyan mo ngayon ng angle sector. Ibig sabihin, ito yung salaries mo or yung 180 degrees. Then, ito naman yung 60 degrees. O, balikan nyo sa table. Ano nga yung 60 degrees na ito? Yes, Johan, what category?
Advertising po.
Very good, advertising. Kaya nga yung portion neto, that is 60 degrees. Ito kasi 180 degrees yan. Oh, eto naman. Anong tawag naman doon sa 30 degrees? What category? Yes, Clifford.
Materials and supplies po.
Yes. And the last one, ano naman yung 90 degrees na ito? Okay, can you give me? Yes. Johan, nagbe-blink na. Okay? Oh, what do you call?
Rent.
Okay, very good. That is a rent. So, ganun, no? Kailangan makita mo yung accurate na pagkaka-measure gamit ng protractor mo. So, ngayon, kapag na-identify mo na yung gaano ba kalawak yung or kalaki yung space ng pagkakahati mo or pagkaka-divide, so ang ilalagay mo dyan, hindi po yung degrees or hindi yung angle sector, yung percent. Don't forget the title kasi di ba, meron dapat yan. Yung expenses of frequency enterprises and of course, put now the salaries. 50%. Okay, advertising 16.7%. Then materials and supplies 8.3% and of course your rent 25%. Yan ngayon ang final output mo. Na kapag present mo, makikita nila na accurate yung pagkakagawa mo ng iyong graph or pie graph. So based on the given, let's answer the question. How much money goes for rent? Yes, can you give me? Sarina May.
30,000.
Okay, very good. 30,000 is correct. Next, question number 2. Based on the given pie graph, what is the least budget? Yes, can you give me? PB.
Materials and supplies.
Oh, how many?
10,000 po.
Okay, very good. That is correct. Materials and supplies. Then, now we can now construct on how to make your line graph or line plot. Kasi magpa-plot po tayo ng dot. Okay, so can you read first the step 1 and 2? Yes. May I have si Madeline Tanare.
1. Draw the horizontal and vertical axes. 2. On the horizontal line, represent by a scale the independent variable.
Okay, very good. So take note of this, no? You have to draw first the horizontal. Familiar na kayo dyan kasi magkaroon tayo ng Cartesian plane, no? So yan si X, andito si Y. Okay, then ilalagay natin si Y and then yung we call that independent. Si X, okay, independent. So then, can you read step 3 and 4? Zach Andre.
On the vertical line, show the scale of the dependent variable. Number 4, label the graph.
Okay, very good. So take note, yung vertical po natin, yun yung ating tinatawag na dependent variable or yun yung ating y. So eto si y, eto si x. And of course, label natin. Meron pong katulad nito, no? Yung vertical mo dito, yun yung push up, naka-label. Yung horizontal mo, yun yung x, meron siyang number of, name of days. Kaya naka-label po siya. Then, what about 5 and 6 steps? Can you read? Yes. Si Sheila Marie Garbosa.
Show or plot by a dot the value of the independent variable associated with each given value of the dependent variable. Connect the point using straight line.
Okay, very good. So since nakagawa na tayo ng vertical and horizontal axis, tignan mo lang yung coordinate nila, tapos lagyan mo ng tuldok. Okay, then, i-connect mo na ngayon para maka-form ka ng straight line, para makita mo kung rising or falling siya. Okay? So now we are going to have this problem for line graph. Can you read the problem? Yes, Johan.
The table showed the ticket sales of the UP Theater during the typical week. Draw a line graph.
Okay, very good. So, as you can see, ito nga yung nabenta ng mga sa UP Theater, no? Let's say, college student. 1 week silang nagbenta ng ticket. Ito yon. Can you read the days and the number of tickets sold? Yes. Sarina May, Tabilina.
Sunday, 300. Monday, 55. Tuesday, 130. Wednesday, 150. Thursday, 240. Friday, 350. And Saturday, 200.
Okay, very good. So yan yung nabenta nila per week. Sa isang linggo. Okay, so balikan natin yung step. Diba sabi, draw first the horizontal and the vertical axis. So eto yon. So yan yung ating x-axis, yan yung vertical y. Then put label para alam namin kung ano yung nandun sa x-axis, no? Yung name of days. So let's have Sunday. Sunod-sunod yan ha. Kailangan hindi pwedeng labo-labo. Okay, Sunday, Monday hanggang Saturday. Dito naman sa vertical mo, yung number of tickets sold, yun yung y-axis. Lagyan mo rin ang numbering mo. Kung gusto mo ng by 50s, or by 1, by 2s, by 5, it's up to you. As long as you can plot accurately. And then, don't forget to put the grid or yung graph natin para mas accurate yung paglulagay mo ng coordinate yung tuldok. Okay, then, let's have this one. Sunday, how many tickets sold noon Sunday? Yes. Harp Kenneth, how many?
300.
Okay, very good. If that is a 300, akyat ako. Tapos, saan ko ilalagay yung tuldok? Sa
300.
300. Okay, very. So nandito yung coordinate po natin. Okay, then lagyan mo na ng tuldok. Okay, let's have another. Monday, how many tickets sold? Can you give me? PB.
50.
50. Okay, since 50 yan, okay. Paano yan? Saan ko ilalagay yung tuldok dito? Sa
gitna. Sa
Yes.
gitna ng 50 at 100.
Okay, very good. That is correct. So, since this is 55, no? So, mas mataas lang siya sa 50. Okay, then Tuesday, how many tickets sold? Johan?
130.
130. So, ibig sabihin, nandito po siya sa gitna ng 150 tsaka 100. Then, what about Wednesday? Raven?
150 po.
150. Okay, eksakto siya, no? Then, Thursday. Yes, can you give me Sheila Marie Garbosa?
240 po.
240. That is exactly, hindi siya. So, baba lang na 250. Then, Friday, how many? Johan?
350 po.
Okay, very good. So, 350. Yan. And the last one, Saturday, Clifford?
200 po.
Okay, very good. So, akyat tayo until you reach the 200. So then, i-connect na natin siya. But take note, no, yung consecutive days. Okay, connect natin si Sunday doon kay Monday. Same with this until you finish, no? Okay. So with that, nakagawa na tayo ng rise and falling trends or changes of data over a period of time. So then don't forget the title para alam namin yung ano nga ba yung present mo. Yung weekly ticket sales of UP Theater. Yan ngayon yung final graph mo na ito present. So with that, based on the given graph, can you answer which has the most sales? How many? Yes. Zach Andre.
Friday po.
Oh, how many?
350 po.
Okay, very good. That is correct. Okay, next number 2. Oh, if the cost per ticket is 100 pesos, how much is earned in Wednesday? Oh, you have to calculate. Anyone? Kung ang halaga ng isang ticket ay 100, ilan ang nabenta nila or kikitain sa Wednesday? Sa Andre? Oh, how many?
15,000.
How did you get 15,000? That is correct.
100 times 150 lang.
Okay, very good. So since meron silang 150 tickets, no, multiply mo lang sa 100 pesos. Kaya 15,000 is the total earned in Wednesday. Okay, so ngayon, bar graph na tayo. So, yes, can you read first the step 1 and 2? May I have si Clifford?
1. Write a brief and clear title of the graph. 2. Draw a vertical and horizontal axis.
Okay, very good. Always remember, don't forget the title, no? And the vertical and horizontal. Then, step 3, 4, 5. Can you read first? May I have si PB?
Step 3. Select a suitable scale for each axis and how it should be spaced. Step 4. Make the bar of the same width and space them equally. Number 5. Construct the proper division, marking, and labeling of each scale.
Okay, very good. So always remember, no, don't forget to make a scale for each axis. Okay, then yung width ng bawat bar mo kailangan pare-parehas. Kaya space them equally. Then construct na yung ating labeling, marking. Okay, so ngayon gagawa na tayo. Can you read first the problem? Yes, Johan.
The table shows the favorite colors of grade 7 e-learners. Draw a bar graph.
Okay, so ito yung problem natin. What are the colors and numbers students? Yes. May I have a Raven?
Red, 13. Blue, 20. Green, 10. Yellow, 6. And purple, 23 po.
Okay, very good. So yan yung mga nag-respond doon sa survey nila sa bawat kulay na pina-survey. So gagawa tayo ng bar graph. So first, ayan yung step natin. Then you have to construct first or pwede mo unahin, no, yung title. Okay, favorite colors of grade 7 e-learners. Then you can have the vertical and horizontal axis. So ano ilalagay po natin dito sa horizontal? Ano yung pangalan ng label mo? Yes, Johan.
Ano po, yung colors.
Very good. Yun yung colors natin, yung x-axis. So lagay mo dyan yung red, blue, green, yellow, purple. Doon naman sa vertical, ano ilalagay ko na label? Yes, Harv Kenneth.
Number of students po.
Very good. Yung number of students, so, or that is y-axis natin. Always start dito, yung tapat nito, no, base mo, line, that is 0. Kung gusto mo na by 5, by 1, by 2, it's up to you. Basta ma-plot natin. Okay, then don't forget to put the grid or the graph. Then, gawa na tayo ng bar graph natin. Sa red, gaano kataas yung ating bar? Sige nga, can you give me? Zach Andre.
Yung para pong nandun po sa gitna ng 15 at saka 10 po pero mas mataas lang po ng konti.
Okay, very good. Since 13 po yung red, so tama, no? Between 10 and 15, but mas mataas lang siya ng konti sa 10. Okay, then what about blue? Gaano kataas yung ating bar? Johan?
Exactly 20 po.
Very good. So exactly 20, nandito siya. Okay? Don't forget, no, kailangan parehas yung lapad ng bar mo at yung distance. Then, what about green? Yes, Clifford.
Exactly 10 po.
Exactly 10. Okay? So, that is your bar. Then, what about yellow? Gaano kahalaki, kataas? Zia Nicole?
Less than 10 po.
Okay, very good. Less than 10, nandito po yung ating yellow bar. What about purple? Yes, Zach Andre.
Nandun po sa gitna po ng 25 at saka 20 pero mas konti pong mas mataas.
Okay, very good. So nandito po yung ating purple bar. Okay, then yan na po yung ating final. Okay? So make it colorful para mas madaling makita. Then we can now answer the questions based on the graph. Which color has the most number of students? How many? Yes, Johan.
Purple po, 23.
Okay, that is correct. Okay, then what about question number 2? Which color has the least? Sarina May, Tabilina. How many?
Yellow po.
Oh, how many?
6.
Okay, very good. That is correct. So yellow and there are 6 students. So gano'n lang siya. Ngayon naman, histogram na tayo. Paano nga ba gagawa ng histogram? So ito yung example, no? Ito yung step natin. Can you read the step 1 and 2 first? Yes, French Bical.
Number 1, draw the horizontal and vertical axis. Number 2, on the vertical axis, place frequency. Label this axis frequency.
Okay, very well read. So take note of this class, no? Always remember, except yung pie graph lang, no? Meron siyang horizontal and vertical. And then yung ating vertical axis natin, doon mo ilalagay yung frequency, yung number of students na nag-respond. Okay? Then, step 3 and 4. Yes, can you read? Sarina May, nagbe-blink-blink.
On the horizontal axis, place the lower value of each interval. Label this axis with the type of data. Number 4. Draw a bar extending from the lower value of each interval. The height of each bar should depend or equal to the frequency of its corresponding interval.
Okay, very good. So take note of this. Kailangan yung value of each or the lower value of each interval, okay, nandoon sa ating horizontal axis. Yun yung x-axis natin. And of course, extending up to from the lower, no, of each interval until you reach the highest. So kailangan meron siyang equal frequency. Okay, so then ito na yung problem natin. Pakibasa muna yung problem. Yes, Madeline Tanare.
Construct a histograph to represent the frequency distribution of scores of students in a math quiz.
Okay, very good. So take note class, no, before we do the constructing a horizontal and vertical, kompletuhin muna natin yung data natin. At yung pangatlong, ito yung class boundaries. Diba, remember, you already know how to find the lower and upper class boundaries or yung class boundaries natin. Okay, ano nga ang tawag dito? Yung number na 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. What do you call this number? Yes, Johan.
Lower limit.
Very good. LL or lower limit. O ano naman yung eto? Anong tawag naman sa number nito? Yes. Sarina May.
Upper limit.
Okay, very good. Upper limit. So meaning to say, ano yung isusubtract ko sa lower limit at ano yung ipa-plus ko sa upper limit to get the class boundaries? Yes. Can you give me? Cassandra Santor.
0.5.
Okay, very good. Nare-recall nyo. Tama. So therefore, what is the first class boundaries now? Can you give me? Johan.
49 point. Lower po ba?
Yes. Yung pinakauna dito, what is the?
49 po. 49.5.
Up to?
Up to 59.5.
Okay, very good. That is correct. So nag-plus ako at nag-minus ng 0.5. Then, what about the second class boundaries? Can you give me? Harv Kenneth.
59.5 up to 69.5 po.
Okay, very good. Mahusay. Then, what about the third class boundaries? Rafael.
69.5 tapos 79.5 po.
Okay, very good also. So, then what about the fourth class boundaries? Yes, can you give me? Oh, wait lang, nagbe-blink-blink na sila. Sige, hindi ko makita. Yan. Si Johan. Okay.
79.5 and 89.5 po.
Okay, so it should be up to, okay, that is correct. Then what about the last in class boundaries? Sige, si Nicole.
89.5 tapos 99.5.
Okay, or up to, that is correct. So then, kapag nahanap na po natin yung class boundaries natin, kasi yan ang kailangan mong ilagay doon sa horizontal axis mo. So then, we can now proceed on the step 1. Draw a horizontal and vertical axis. But take note, kailangan na nandyan yung iyong ginawang class boundaries, no? Kasi para hindi ka magkamali. Then, ito yung horizontal mo, vertical. So then, ito yung ating frequency. Tandaan natin yan. Sa histogram, frequency po yung nasa y-axis. Then, lagyan mo ng counting mo. By 3 ang counting ko. Depende sa yan. Kung by 1, by 5, it's up to you. Ito naman yung class boundaries natin, yung nasa x-axis natin. Okay, start tayo dito. Okay, copy mo lang yon 49.5 up to 59.5 until the highest class boundaries natin. And then, don't forget to put a grid or yung graph. Okay? Then, gawa ka na ngayon ng bar mo. Kasi remember, special type of bar. But take note, no, from the baseline. Kasi kailangan walang space po ang gagawin natin. Kasi remember, histogram to. There's no gaps. Oh, ano naman, gaano kataas naman yung ating second class boundaries na bar? Oh, can you give me John Raven?
Abante unti po sa 9.
Okay, very good. So since ito yung kanyang frequency, that is correct, no? So mas mataas ng konti sa 9. Kaya 10 po yun. Then what about the third class boundaries? Gaano kataas yung bar natin? Yes. Can you give me? Harv Kenneth.
Exactly 15 po.
Okay, very good. Exactly 15 yung taas ng bar. What about the fourth class boundaries? How tall? Johan?
12 po.
12.
Sakto sa 12.
Okay, very good. So nandito siya yung ano. Yes. And the last one, can you give me? Sarina May Tabilina.
6 po.
Okay, very good. So exactly 6 po siya. So ganyan lang, no? And don't forget, ano yung nakalimutan natin? Sige nga, tignan nyo nga kung ano yung wala pa. What is the ano? Ano yung kulang natin? Yes. Madeline, ano yung kulang?
Title po.
Ano yung title ngayon? Balikan nyo yung problem. What is the title of this histogram or graph? O, Sarina May?
Nakalimutan ko po iba ba?
O, kailangan may title. Papagalitan kayo ng mga ano yung panelists nyo. Cassandra?
Scores of students in math quiz.
Okay, very good. Kailangan merong title para alam namin, ito pala yung score ng estudyante. Ang tataas pala, ang gagaling. Di ba? Ganun yun. So with that, we are going to answer the question number 1. According to the data, which class boundary has the most frequency? Johan?
Ano po, yung 89.5 and 99.5.
Okay. Has the most frequency? Again,
6 po.
Ano nga yun? Ano yung sagot? Wait lang.
Yung 89.5 po and 99.5.
Most, take note, what is the most? Oh, do you agree, class? Agree ba? Or ano?
Hindi po.
Oh, what is the most frequency? Yes. O, balikan natin. Johan, what is the most frequency?
69.5 po and 79.5.
Yes. Okay, be careful, no? Doon sa may pinakamataas na iyong bar sa histogram. That is correct. Yun yung class boundaries natin. Then, what about question number 2? O, sige nga, balik, yes, Raven.
6 po.
Okay, check natin. Sabi niya, ay between. Kaya nandito po siya. So meaning to say, tignan mo yung frequency. Kaya there are 6 students. So ganun lang po siya. Okay, ngayon naman, paano gumawa ng ogive? Okay. So, ito yung step muna natin. Can you read the step 1 and 2? Zia Nicole?
Find the class boundaries and then the cumulative frequency. Draw the x and y axis. Label the x-axis with the upper class boundaries. Use an appropriate scale for y-axis to represent the cumulative frequencies.
Okay, very well read. So take note, ang kailangan ulit natin dito, yung class boundaries natin. Kailangan ma-master nyo yan. At yung kanyang cumulative frequency, yung less than tsaka greater than. And then, we can now draw a x and y axis, no? The upper class boundaries. Ang kailangan natin dyan, yung ilalagay po natin doon sa x-axis po natin, yun yung upper class boundaries, hindi yung lower, take note. So then, use the appropriate for y-axis natin to represent the cumulative. Then, step 3 and 4. Yes, Zach Andre.
Number 3, plot the cumulative frequency at each upper class boundary. Connect the adjacent points with line segments. Number 4, write a brief and clear title of the graph.
Okay, very good. May accent si ano, okay? So take note of this, no, yung kapag nagawa mo na yung step 1 and 2, ipa-plot mo na yung iyong cumulative. Kasi para magkaroon tayo ng x, 'di ba? Ito yung example niya, no? Para makita mo yung x itsura niya. Kasi yan yung less than cumulative yung red, yung blue yun yung greater than. Okay, then don't forget the title. Kung gusto mo naman unahin yung title mo, pwede naman basta nandiyan siya. Okay, let's have the problem. Can you read first? Yes. Dohan, can you read the problem?
Construct an ogive to represent the frequency distribution of score of the students in a math quiz.
Okay, very good. So take note. Dito, kailangan kumpletuhin muna natin yung 3 columns natin na unknown. Okay, ano yung mga yon? Yung class boundaries, followed by the less than cumulative, tsaka greater than. Diba na-master natin last week yan? Then, we can now find first the first class boundaries. Diba? Magsusubtract ka dito sa lower limit, magpa-plus ka dito sa upper limit to find the class boundaries. Can you give me the first? Yes, Raven.
9.5 and 12.5 po.
Okay, 9.5 up to. Okay, use the word up to. Then, okay, that is correct. What about the second class boundaries? Can you give me Harv Kenneth?
12.5 up to 15.5.
Okay, very good. That is correct. Then the third class boundary is Tyrone Gabriel.
15.5 up to 18.5.
Okay, very good. Then what about the next? Si Sheila Marie Garbosa.
18.5 po up to 21.5.
Okay, very good. And the last one, can you give me? Yes. Clifford.
21.5 tapos po ay 24.5.
Okay. Up to 24.5. Okay. Then, kapag nakompleto mo na yan, dito tayo sa less than cumulative frequency. Take note, no, mayroon akong nakalata doon sa ginawa ninyo. Nagkabaliktad. Okay. Reminder lang to, no. Kung gusto mong ascending yung organization mo, mean to say lowest to highest yung class interval mo, ito yun, no. Okay, ulitin ko ha, kasi meron ako napansin doon sa nagpasa ngayon sa performance task. Kapag nag-start ka dito, lowest to highest yung arrangement mo, lagi mong tatandaan yung less than cumulative, dito ka magsisimula. Kasi meron nag-submit sa inyo na dito siya nag-start ng lowest to highest, pababa siya. Pero nandito yung kanyang less than cumulative. Kaya nakita ko hindi accurate. Be careful. Dito tayo ngayon. What is the first step to find the cumulative frequency less than? Yes, Johan.
4 po.
Yes, very. Ika-copy lang natin. Then, what is the next consecutive to be added? Yes, can you give me? Sheila Marie Garbosa.
12 po.
Okay, how did you get 12?
8 plus 8, 4 plus 8 po.
Okay, very good. That is correct. Then, what about the third less than cumulative? Johan.
19 po.
Very good. How did you get 19?
12 plus 7.
Yes, correct. Then, what about the fourth less than cumulative? Yes. Tyrone Gabriel.
25.
How did you get 25?
19 plus 6 po.
Okay, very good. And the last one, can you give me Harv Kenneth?
30.
How did you get 30?
25 plus 5.
Yes, eto lang yon. Okay. So, paano nga i-check kanina to? O kung nare-recall na, how do you check if your cumulative frequency is correct? What are we going to do? Sige nga, Johan, can you give me?
Kapag po yung frequency, yung pagsagot po ng frequencies is 30,
Oh,
tama na po yung cumulative.
oh saan ko siya i-compare? Para makita kung
Sa
tama.
answer po ng frequencies.
Yes, yung total frequency or yung N. O, sige nga, i-check natin. What is the total of this frequency? Can you add first? Zach Andre, check na natin.
30 din po.
Yes, o di ba same lang kayo ng answer ni Johan. Meaning to say, tama kasi 30 to. Okay, dito naman tayo sa greater than. Okay, since ito yung highest class interval mo, no, dito ka mag-start sa greater than. Take note ha, hindi pwede magkabaliktad yan. So, pababa tayo. Copy first the 5. O, can you give me the second? Yes. Raven.
11 po.
Okay, how did you get 11?
5 plus 6 po.
Okay, very good. Then, the next one. Can you give me? Madeline Tanare.
18 po.
Okay, very good. Then, what about the fourth one? PB. Yes, PB. Oh, nawala si PB. Yes, can you give me? Harb Kenneth.
26 po.
Okay, and the last one, can you give me? Johan?
30 po.
Okay, very good. So since parehas lang po yung nakuha natin sa last number, equal to the total frequency, correct. So yan ngayon ang kailangan natin, no? Yung less than cumulative tsaka greater than together with the class boundaries. Para makagawa tayo ng code child. So yan, nasa tabi mo dapat para makita mo. So balikan natin yung step. Yan yung step 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we can now construct a horizontal and vertical axis. O based on this step, anong ilalagay po natin na label dito sa ating x-axis? Yes, Johan. O, balikan nyo yung step kanina. Anong sabi doon? Ano ilalagay sa x-axis natin? Yung anyone? You have to recall the step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yes, Tyron Gabriel.
Upper class po.
Very good. Yun yung upper class boundaries. O, saan dito yung saan dito yung upper class boundaries dito? Yes, Zach Andre.
Yung red po.
Very good. Lahat po ng red, upper class boundaries ang tawag dyan. Okay, so yan may lagay mo. But before that, no, yung cumulative frequency mo, yun yung Y mo. Okay? So let's say, mag-start ako ng counting by 5. Pwede naman yon. Depende sa yan kung by 1, by 3, by and so on and so forth. So then, ito yung ating upper class boundaries. Okay, I want you to be observed. Okay, start ako ng 9.5, 12.5, up to 24.5. Ang tanong, ano yung na-observe nyo dito sa nilagay kong upper class boundaries? Yes, Raven, what do you observe?
Sinaman po yung isa pong lower boundary po.
Yes, very good. Na-observe niya, no? Tandaan natin, class, no? Di ba sabi sa step number 2, ang kailangan ilagay mo sa upper class, ang kailangan ilagay mo sa x-axis mo yung upper class boundaries, yung 12.5 up to 24.5. Ang rule po kasi, hindi ko lang nabanggit, no, sa step, ini-include po natin yung lower class boundaries sa unahan ng upper. Okay? Kaya nandito po siya sa unahan. Don't forget that. Okay. Then, lagyan mo na ngayon ng tuldok. Actually, may grid yan. Hindi ko lang siya nalagyan ng grid, yung graph. So, ibig sabihin, since ito yung lower class boundaries, hindi siya kasama sa upper class, no? Kaya 0 po siya. Nandito po siya. Okay? Next. Doon sa 12.5. If this is 12.5, ano yung kanyang cumulative frequency? Yes, can you give me Johan? Less than tayo less than. What is the less than cumulative frequency of 12.5?
4 po.
Okay, very good. Dito lang kayo tingin. 4. Okay, itapat mo dito. Baba lang ng 5. Then what about 15.5? What is the less than cumulative? Madeline Tanare.
12 po.
Okay, very good. That is 12. Kaya nandito po siya sa taas ng 10. Okay, 18.5. What is the less than cumulative? Sarina May.
19 po.
Okay, let's check. That is correct. 19. Kaya nandito po siya sa baba ng 20. What about 21.5? What is the less than cumulative? Harv Kenneth.
25.
Okay, very good. So 25. So kaya yung tuldok mo, eksaktong nasa 25. Then what about 24.5? Can you give me PB?
30.
Very good. 30. So itapat mo siya sa mismong 30. Okay. Then we can now connect muna. I-connect natin lahat yan. Okay. At ang tawag dito ay, sige nga, anyone, what do you call this now? Itong na-form natin na line, what do you call this line? Came from the less than cumulative. Anong tawag doon? Okay, anyone? Ang tawag po dito ay, we call this less than ogive. Kasi galing po siya sa less than cumulative. Okay, dito naman tayo sa greater than. Yung blue. Okay, so meaning to say, if this is 24.5, kung mapapansin natin, no, yung blue kasi dito na lower class boundaries natin, take note of this class, no, walang nakalagay na 24.5. So understood na 0 po siya. Kaya nandito po yung ating tuldok. Then, pababa tayo sa greater than. 21.5. Ano yung aking, or saan ko ilalagay yung tuldok? Yes, Raven.
Sa 5 po.
Okay, very good. So, eto ngayon yung, tignan nyo, wait lang. Ito. Yan yung kanyang corresponding greater than cumulative. So, lagay mo doon yung tuldok sa tapat ng 5. 18.5. Yes, can you give me? Yes. Raven.
11 po.
Okay, very good. That is 11. Ayan. So, meaning to say, taas ng 10 konti. Next, 15.5. Saan ko lalagay yung tuldok? Zach Andre.
15.5 po ba?
Okay, again, saan ko ilalagay yung
18
tuldok?
po. 18 po.
Yes. Tignan mo yung greater than niya, katapat, that is 18. Kaya nandito po yung ating tuldok. Yan, sa pagitan ng 20 at 15. Then, what about 12.5? Saan ko ilalagay yung tuldok niya, yung coordinate? Yes. Can you give me? Harv Kenneth.
26 po.
Okay, very good. That is correct. 26. Kaya nandito po siya. Okay. Then, what about the 9.5, yung last? Yes. Tyrone Gabriel.
30 po.
Okay, very good. 9.5, yun yung corresponding niya. Katapat. So, meaning to say, andito. Kinonnect na ngayon natin yan. Yan, to form a line, no? Yan, connect natin. Anong tawag sa dito? Anong tawag na yun dito? Johan, what do you call this?
Greater than ogive.
Okay, very good. So, kailangan kapag ogive yung ginagawa, makakagawa kayo ng tsura niya yung parang extra. So, then, ano yung title ng graph natin sa ogive? Sarina May.
Scores of students in a math test po.
Okay, very good. So, always remember may title po siya. So, ngayon, may tanong tayo dyan. Okay, ito yung question number 1. How many students got the scores of greater than 21.5? Johan, how many?
5 po. 5 po.
5. Okay, check natin. Everybody observe, no? Kung ito yung greater than cumulative natin, ito. So, titingin ako doon sa blue. Ito. Kaya ang katapat niya is 5. Ganun lang siya. That is correct. Okay, next question number 2. Ilan naman sa less than 21.5? Madeline Tanare.
26 po.
26. Tignan natin. Kung since less than to, doon ka sa red titingin. Ito yan. Kung 21.5, akit ka. Ito yung iyong less than. Tignan mo yung katapat niya, kaya 25. Very good. So, next question number 3. How many students got the scores greater than 9.5? Zach Andre. Greater than, how many students? Yes, naka-mute, I think. Yes. Sarina May?
30 po.
30, very good. Since greater than 9.5 ang tanong, no, tingin ka, ito yung 9.5. Hindi po dito kasi less than po yung red. Kaya naka-highlight po yung color, no? Dito ka titingin, kaya katapat niya yung 30. Kaya 30 students po. Then, what about this question number 4? How many students scores less than 9.5? Raven?
0 po.
0. Since less than yan, ito yung less than natin na tuldok, no? Yung red. Kaya 0 yung kanyang corresponding. Okay, frequency. Kaya 0. Or wala. Then, what about question number 5? How many students got scores greater than 24.5? Johan?
0 po.
0. Greater than. Tignan natin. Okay, if this is greater than yung blue, katapat niya, 0. O, walang nakakuha or that is zeros. Okay, very good. Then, what about question number 6? How many students got scores less than 24.5? Raven?
30 po.
30. Tingnan natin. Kung less than to, red ka titingin. Ito yung 24.5 pero nandito yan, yung red natin. I mean yung less than. Tapat niya, 30. Kaya that is correct. Okay, mahusay. And with that, you are going to complete the table na to summarize. Meron tayong gamit or yung use, yung key term, sketch. Ito muna, line. Saan ko ilalagay yung line? Yes, Johan.
Sa line graph po.
Oh, okay, ito yung line graph. Ano po siya? Is it use, key term, or sketch?
Key term po.
Tignan natin. Key term po ba siya? Tignan natin. Oh, sketch. Di ba pag nag-sketch ka ng line graph, meron kang line. Okay, next, percentage. Oh, saan ko ilalagay yung percentage? Yes. Sarina May.
Sa pie chart po.
Okay, very good. Pie chart. O, ano dito? Is it use, key term, or sketch? O, sige, can you continue? Kailangan alam nyo. O, can you continue, Sarina May? Where do I put the percentage?
Key term po.
Key term po ba? Tignan natin. Very good. Yung key term dyan, pag narinig ang percentage, alam mo na na pie chart. Let's have spice slices. Under what? PB.
Pie chart po.
Pie chart pa rin. O, alin dyan? Is it use or sketch?
Sketch po.
Very good. Di ba? Pag naggagawa ka ng pie chart, nag-i-slice ka or dinidivide mo. And then, interval. O, saan ko ilalagay interval? Yes. Can you give me? Sa Andre. Saan ko ilalagay?
Line graph po.
Again?
Line graph po.
Meron ba tayong meron bang interval na ginagawa doon sa line graph? You have to recall.
Wala.
Wala. Therefore, ano po kabilang yung interval?
Histogram po.
Histogram.
Good. Histogram. Same also, no? Okay. So, then, I think Harbion. So, saan ilalagay ngayon itong sa histogram? Is it use, key term, or sketch? Yes. Continue, Johan.
Key term po.
Key term. Okay, tignan natin. Key term po ba siya? Very good. Then, track changes over a period of time. Saan po ilalagay ito? Under up, Clifford.
Histogram po.
Histogram, meron ba doon ginagawang changes over a period of time? Meron bang nangyayari?
Wala po.
Wala. Therefore, yes, can you continue, Magdalene Tanare? Where do I put this?
Line graph po.
Line graph. Therefore, saan dito sa line graph? Is it use or key term?
Key term po.
Key term po ba siya? Tignan natin. That is use. Okay, ang gamit niya para matrack mo, makita mo yung pagbabago. Remember that rising and falling trends over a period of time. Then, to compare parts of a whole. Saan po ito? Johan? Yes, saan po kabilang to, Johan, yung compare parts of a whole?
Sa may
saan kaya dito?
histogram po.
Histogram, meron ba tayong kinocompare?
Ay, sa ano po?
Again? Yes? Sige. Can you continue? Yes. Si Harv Kenneth.
Pie chart po.
Pie chart po ba? Compare parts. Okay, tignan natin. Is it correct? Compare parts. Ang sabi ay pie chart. Okay, very good. That is correct. Then, categories. Saan po makikita yung categories? John Raven.
Bar graph po.
Bar graph. O, saan po dito? Use key term
Key
or
term po.
sketch? Again?
Key term po.
Very good. Key term po. Pag may categories, automatic bar graph. Then, what about bar with no gaps or no space? PB.
Histogram po.
Very good. Histogram. O saan po dito? Is it use or sketch?
Sketch po.
Yes. Di ba pag nag-sketch ka, kailangan walang space yan. Then, trends. O, eto na yun yung trends kanina. Saan to? Yes. Zach Andre.
Line graph po.
Yes. So that
Key term
is
po.
key term. Very good. O, bar with gaps. Cassandra.
Bar graph po.
Bar graph. O saan po dito? Is it use or sketch?
Sketch.
Yes. Kapag nag-sketch ka, kailangan merong gap sila. May space. O, to display the distribution over the of values of data. Yes, Raven.
Histogram po.
Histogram. Okay, very good. So, kapag may distribution, automatic na siya ay histogram. And the last one, yes, Johan, where do I put this?
Bar graph po.
Okay, very good. That is used for bar graph to compare. I mean, to show comparison between categories. So, yan yung lesson natin today. So, with that, let's have this quiz number 4. Graphical representation of statistical data no at least 35 para makapasa tayo. Okay, kung kaya nyo perfect, okay, mas maganda. So, your performance task number 4. O, pakibasa yung direction. Sige, Johan, pakibasa.
Number 1, create your one task card. Be creative. Number 2, use appropriate graph to represent the Philippine population from 1990 to 2020. Your graph or chart will be evaluated using the rubrics below. Number 3, after making the graph, answer the 4 questions. Number 4, make a selfie of yourself by holding your output or task card. Upload your selfie and task card in the Google's question.
Okay, very well read. No? Malinaw yung pagkakabasa ni Johan. So take note class, no? Always remember, be creative. So your task card, no? So igagraph nyo itong yung Philippine, ito yon yung Philippine population from 1990 to 2020. Approximate in million yan, no? So ngayon, paano kayo gigradean doon sa gagawin nyo? But make sure, no? Di ba doon sa among the different graphs that we discussed, pumili ka lang ng isa doon. Na sabi dito, use appropriate. Ano sa tingin mo ang applicable na graph dito para may represent ko yung data ko? So, you are graded based on the scoring rubric, no? Yung completeness. Data needed in the graph are complete. Kailangan walang nawawala dito sa data na given. Hindi ko na babasahin yung 3 to 1 kasi may minus na yan, no? May kulang. So, labels. Para maka-perfect 4 kayo, all required parts are labeled properly. Andun yung x-axis, andun yung label, may pangalan, yung vertical, andun yung pangalan din. Okay? Then, after that, you are going to make it colorful. Okay? Kung line graph yan, may colorful. Kung bar, ganun din. Then, you are going to answer the question. Ito, yung tanong na yan, no, you can comprehend your graph. So, don't forget to make a selfie. Kailangan ko ng evidence para yan yung katibayan na authenticity tayo. Okay? Any questions so far? May tanong po ba?
Wala.
Wala po.
So, if there is no question, popost ko to ngayon din kasi Wednesday pa lang ngayon. Sige. So, everybody, open your camera now. Let me check. Wait lang, hindi ko siya maano.